ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Guys, smash the like button on your way in. Sound off in the chat as you arrive. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, Pickle Rick? Today is a very special day in the charts, specifically because today is a daily, weekly, and monthly close. And I guess it's not too rare that occurs like that, but it is rare that we get it perfectly, that the stars align like that, the days align. So let's get into it. It's going to be an exciting time. Bitcoin currently trading at $90,844.24. I don't know if we're going to get a little dump post close or what's going to happen. To be completely honest, I don't recall previous monthly closes and if they're monumental or not. There's a ton of liquidity to the upside if we do pump, but it does look like it's easier for them to just sell and slowly chip away at the bulls that are trying to catch a falling knife. We've got 90,746. 90,746. Oops, 9746. We've got, that's going to hit for sure. The two big guys, I'm going to go right here, 90,221. And up above, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I just finished the interview today, 91,862. 91,862. And the very tippy top, I'm going to go all the way up here, 92,781. 92,781. Yeah, I interviewed Dr. Navjeet Dhaliwal, who has a sick last name, by the way. He's the CEO of Iagon, which is a decentralized cloud storage protocol on Cardano. Super cool dude. Great interview. Highly recommend you guys go check it out. I uploaded it just a couple, like 2 hours ago. So, exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Got plenty more interviews in the pipeline as well. Bitcoin dominance 59.34. Hopefully we can reject 59.5. It does look like we're succeeding at that, but I'm not a fan of the wicks on the downside because that indicates some upside pressure. As of right now, though, Bitcoin is chilling. Are we going to hit those liquidations to the downside? I'm not sure. Picklewick9 said, I'm okay with the dump. Just been stacking without looking. That's honestly, that's been my method as well. It's really easy to just throw money into the portfolio and not pay attention to it. And I can even allocate it accordingly without actually seeing how much I have. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to do that. Anyways, we did get I suppose we got a bearish cross over the moving average on Friday, and we have since rejected an attempted bullish cross to recover that, which is fine. We were about to enter overbought anyway, so it kind of makes sense. We do have a red dot on the momentum wave on market side for positive money flow, though, so the script could flip. It does look like we're going to start to eat into those liquidations, though. And we just hit that for sure. So we'll come back to that. ETH is up 0.73% on the day, currently trading at 3,010.69 cents. Nice. I'm hoping ETH can close above this. The market is dumping, oddly enough, into the close, and I'm wondering if something occurred with Venezuela. Because I know Trump's been kind of messing around with that this whole time. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened. I'm going to do a little gamble short, just because I can. Because it does look like we're getting a little baby Bart on the really shorter time frame. Picklewick9 said, dang, we're at 90K. We moving? We were at 90K on Wednesday, and it's Sunday right now, so we haven't moved since then. But we'll see. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I stand corrected. We were at 90K. Same thing on Wednesday. But ETH, hold above 3K. I really want to see it stay above 3K and close above 3K for the daily, weekly, monthly close that we're about to get. I think that would be a big one. ETH had the same situation as Bitcoin on the RSI. We got a bearish cross the other day, and we have since, looks like lost an attempt to get back above that moving average. We do have a green dot on the momentum wave with a microsecond of positive money flow, which has since flipped to negative. So it's a little flip-floppy. I think I spoke on this yesterday. I would be okay if we chop sideways and allow the RSI to cool off. Otherwise, a sell-off is not out of the question. I'm trying to remain a little optimistic here because the market's been kind of boring. And this is very indicative of a dead cat bounce, which we might continue to see into December, although tomorrow the Fed is ending quantitative tightening, so there is going to be hopefully a surprising level of liquidity able to play around in the market, but only time will tell, obviously. Solana still continuing this rejection from this blue trend line, which is a upper trend line from a broader wedge that we've been watching since, look, I'm going to say March, April. Yeah, it kind of established itself March, April, and we've been watching it ever since. So getting above the purple neckline and I guess reacting at this upper trend line was definitely expected. Since we broke above and rejected, I'm suspecting we're going to at least get a retest of the neckline, which at this very moment is going to be right around 131. So we'll see what happens. Similar situation with the RSI here. We got a bearish cross on Thursday, Friday, and have since failed to get back above. Green dot of the momentum wave. Money flow is still negative, but we're making a push and attempted a college try, if you will. Total 3 is currently trading down 0.18% on the day. We are failing to get above 883, which perfectly coincides with our upper trend line right here, which we talked about potentially breaking over, and we seem to have failed that attempt. Tisha said number go up, canceled, back to support. Yes, no pump November has fulfilled, and I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, I am entirely sure why. We got less than 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest. Let me just check the news just to make sure that there isn't anything crazy going on. There's hold on, give me 1 second. There was a big deal thing that I used to look at. Here it is. I got it. Okay, South Korea Central Bank and Pension Fund and talks to extend foreign exchange swap line. South Korea to conduct inspection and protection measures, overseas investments. Trump says he knows who he will pick as the next Fed chair. That was not that long ago. That was 2 hours ago. There could be no asylum for some nations for a long time. He would have not wanted a second boat strike. Hesketh told him he did not order one. What? I don't know what that's in regards to. Some of this stuff is completely without context unless I click on it, and I don't feel like clicking on it. So there's nothing in the news that would really warrant this sudden red candle besides the daily, weekly, monthly close. Just to kind of psych some folks out, I imagine. But it is what it is. With total 3, if we are going to have a harsh rejection here, we can look for a reaction around 857.01. And worst case scenario, I would go to 850 because that's going to be a nice psychological level. And then the bottom of the barrel, like we're really bearish and everything sucks again, we're potentially looking at either 830 or 800. So prepare yourselves. Take profit. But yeah, 876.21. Like I said, there's no telltale reason for this besides the chart just being at that point and people being bearish for some reason. ADA is up 1.04% on the day, currently trading at 41.89. I would love to see this close above 42. If it doesn't, I mean, how much more bearish can it get? Was it going to go to 0? Big deal. It's sitting at 41.89. So it wouldn't take much to get above 42. We do have a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI going back for a test at the moment, and a green dot on the momentum wave, still negative money flow. but there's nothing we can do about that at the moment. So let's see if this holds, and if not, then let's see if it comes back down and touches this lower trend line, which has remained somewhat relevant this entire time. Yeah. That would be around probably 40. We'll see what happens. SNEC is up 2.74% on the day, currently trading at $15.95. I'm liking the price action out of SNEC right now. Getting some nice recovery. We do have positive money flow specific to MXC and a bullish cross of the moving average in the RSI with a green dot pointing to the upside. Tishu said, can you check CRV possibly go to 0.39 and from an inverted head and shoulders? On what time frame? Okay, CRV. Oops, that's not the one that I wanted right there. I want Binance. Yep. Okay, inverted head and shoulders. I see this. Not that. I see this. Left, or you could do that. Left and right. You could do the bigger one. Left and right. So you got to form this part still. Otherwise, if you're talking about neither of those, I would go like this. Left, center, right. So this could be a inverse head and shoulders inside of a bigger inverse head and shoulders. And what would be really funny is if, because this looks kind of like an inverse head and shoulders as well. If you had another one form right here, it's like the Russian nesting doll of inverse head and shoulders. And then if you really zoom in, each one of these would be made up of inverse head and shoulders as well. And it would be like inverse head and shouldersception. Just non-stop. It's an inverse head and shoulder, inversed with head and shoulder inversing. That's just impossible. That is the most bullish indicator ever. So if that's what you're talking about, I do see it. My eye is well trained in inverse head and shoulderception. Anyways, this is a serious channel, guys. That sucks. Volume could be a little bit better. You do have a bearish cross over the moving average in the RSI that is playing out from Friday. It's nice though because you're like past 50 already, so you know the pain is almost over. You're past the midway point, which is good. You got a bunch of green dots back here that did not fulfill. Momentum wave is on the lower half. Positive money flow kind of in and out. You're negative right now, but it could flip any moment. Yeah, there's potential for sure. There's definitely potential. It did break bearish over out of a November 2024 trend line. So, I don't know. Maybe it wants to get back above that. 0.75 would be a big deal. XRP is down 1.58% on the day, currently trading at 216.65. Broke below 217.97. Is it going to break below 214 next, or are we going to get back above 217.97 for the monthly close? It does look like we are trying still to get back above that moving average in the RSI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 failed attempts so far. But it is like a gentle descent into madness. So that's good. Although, personally, I would rather rip the Band-Aid off. Fahid said, yo, what's going on, Fahid? Happy Sunday, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Tishu said, what I expect, whether crypto flips bullish, we won't trust it again, and it start moving up fast. Exactly. That's why I'm not doing anything. Everyone's like, I'm going to sell here, and I'm going to buy back lower. And I'm like, well, you know, if you think that you can do that, you got bigger balls than I do. I would much rather just hold the bag. It's easier for me to cope with losing the money that I have in right now because I was a bag holder than if I sold and it exploded tomorrow and I missed out on life-changing gains. You know what I mean? Because the money that I have in right now, if I take that out, that's not life-changing. So what am I missing out on? Losing a small amount of money? A medium amount of money? A not life-changing amount of money? Big deal. If I take it out and the market explodes, and I do the math, and I'm like, oh shoot, if I would have kept all my money in there, I would have like $1 million. I would never be able to live with myself ever again. Mr. Robert said, Yo, Fahid, I checked out your last cooking vid, bro. That looks delicious. Yeah, Fahid's like mastered thumbnails. Everything that he uploads looks amazing. Oh, delicious. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Okay, so yeah, watching this red candle this whole time we've been talking, it is interesting. I'm not a fan of the BART. The BART's a little telling. It does seem like it's at least going to go down to 210. But we'll see what happens. H bar is down 0.57% on the day. This also looks like it's going to BART. And if it does, it could potentially go down to 1248 again. Which I guess wouldn't be a bad thing. It would reset the RSI nicely. But actually, I don't know. Would it be a bad thing? Maybe it should stop sooner. I would like to see it stop before that. Because if it just does this and erases all of those gains, then it doesn't matter really where the RSI goes at all. It should stop earlier and then start to do that climb. That way you have an uptrend. That makes more sense because it already is, you know, this price right here, the RSI was way up here. Now you're at that same price right now and it's lower. So it makes sense that it would reverse sooner. Or the RSI would at least go lower if it did go to the same price. And then you'd have a lot more room to climb later, even if, you know, unfortunately, we're at the point now where baby steps have to be taken with these prices, recovery or not. And it's going to seem like it's going to take forever. And it's going to be miserable. But that's the name of the game. Patience. Patience is rewarded more than anything else. SWI is up 0.93% on the day. It is rejecting the upper trend line and 154, which it has struggled to get above this entire time. We've got rejection, wick, rejection, wick. Everywhere you look, there's a wick or a rejection. This entire time, 154 has been SWI's kryptonite on the chart. So we'll see if 148 holds again. If we lose it, then 140 might act as a better springboard, because it's almost like we're in a small room and we're trying to get enough momentum to like bust through a door, and we can't get enough of a running start. So if we go back further and then blast through that, it's going to be easier. Does that make sense? It's like a slingshot. You pull back a slingshot just a teeny bit, and it kind of like, pew, just falls over. But if you pull it back a lot, then it goes bam, and you got all that force behind it. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm on a metaphor tangent today. Ando has gotten so low that the chart actually looks clean when we click on it. And I am seeing bearish div, which is very interesting. So this bearish div is from here, bam, to here. The RSI is higher while the price is lower, which is signaling some further downside. That would signal the price going down further and the RSI going up further. Eventually, the RSI is going to have to really become oversold in order for it to continue to go up. So there's going to have to be some deviation from the current trend, but it has been pretty down only since September. So we've got 2.5 months of just solid downside. This thing really needs to hold 50, and it really needs to recover better than it is right now. Volume is almost non-existent. It's been falling off since since mid-November. So volume could be a factor as well. Arrow is down 0.82% on the day, currently trading at 66.76. That's not what I wanted to do. And we are very sideways on Arrow, which is interesting. It did not pump or dump. It kind of, like, it did fall into this, but it has since been trading very sideways. Kind of holding around 66. That seems to be the level that it is holding quite nicely. We're at 66.56 in the current price. Volume here is also almost non-existent. I don't know if this is the weekend holiday volume from Thanksgiving. That's what it looks like, maybe. I don't know. The last, I guess, 10 days of the month have just been this horrible nightmare for any kind of volume or price action. Tishu said in today's thumbnail, I see a black hole in your mouth. What's the meaning of that? Is there a black hole in my mouth? I think it's just my typical thumbnail. That's actually the that's the Tony Soprano face. Yeah, no, it's just typical thumbnail. Let me show you because I'm actually quite proud of this. This one I'm very proud of. Ready? The origin of my face in the thumbnail. It was supposed to be me making fun of the crypto people. And I found out after because I remember the meme in the middle. Let me just show you guys a picture. Okay, it's from this. This is the original face, and that face is actually based on The Sopranos. Where did it go? There it is. The scene. Tony's in bed and he's like, "Get the door." And this is the evolution, I think, backwards kind of backwards evolution. Tony Soprano, meme, me. And the only reason I did it was because of this stupid meme and to make fun of all the other uh, crypto YouTubers. The point of it was to be meta. And I mean, I think it's kind of funny, so I'm happy with it. Let's see. Yeah, Arrow. I would like to see Arrow hold 66, but time will tell. See if we get another touch of 62 before we send it higher. We do have a red dot in the momentum wave. We have not had positive money flow since early November. So that's interesting. Pinlink is up 1.29% on the day, seemingly rejecting this upper trend line of this descending channel that we drew yesterday, I think. Pretty big descending channel. Starts in August, actually. August, September, October, November. We've gone through 4 solid months of just bleeding downtrend on this thing. Not to mention, the big dump and then the chop, the several months of chop. So we've almost had a full year from the all-time high, which maybe that tells you what 2026 is going to be like, because the bear market is usually only a 12-month thing. So do with that information what you will. Not financial advice, obviously. Render, I'm not really going to talk about render. There's not much to talk about. It's been very sideways. RSI kind of looks like doo-doo. Momentum wave, money flow, everything is bad. But again, that's not to say don't buy this. That's just to say that the chart doesn't look great. And, if you want to use that information to justify your dollar cost average, then by all means. That is when we should technically be buying. Stellar's down 1.93. We are sitting below 25, which is not that great. We're at 24.91. I would love to close above it. Pick Rick 9 said it's Meta. What is Meta doing? Polkadot 222. Yeah, Polkadot's struggling as well. Money flow's been positive more recently than a lot of other coins, but that hasn't really helped it in the longer term. Bartcoin kind of becoming its own. It's very self-fulfilling at this point, isn't it? It's a fart you can't trust. Tiju said, I was watching the CNC vid today. The guy that played Yuri in Red Alert 2 passed away recently. I didn't know. Isn't that, hold on. Isn't that the chief? Oh no, okay, that's somebody else. My bad. Okay, I think I could be wrong. I think that the chief from Bad Boys was in Command and Conquer. For some reason, I've seemed to recall him being in that. I did watch a little bit of that thing though. That's a good one. Made me want to play. CAS is up 2.94% on the day. CAS has been one of the coins that has recovered very nicely, broke out of a bearish pattern, which it's supposed to. Bearish pattern eventually has a bullish breakout. And, we got a red dot back here at the Pico top. Has potentially fulfilled since then. But it really looks like it wants to push up, which is very telling of maybe, at the very least, the community and the people putting money into it. The volume looks really good, which is perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. It was overbought recently, which is unheard of for any of the coins that we're looking at usually. The RSI is potentially getting a bearish cross over the moving average, but the price action looks great. If we do end up coming down, I would love to see 0.05 hold, or even better, 0.051, my point of confluence. So we'll see what happens. Technically speaking, I would try to make a case for a breakout retest, but my brain does not like that because if you bought the bottom and you were up 66 and then it goes down to the point where you're only up 24, 25, that stinks. So nobody likes that. So Bias Brain will not allow me to observe that. Avalanche is down 2.88% on the day, potentially coming back down to test our legacy trend line. I call this the legacy trend line because it goes back pretty dang far. It goes all the way back to December of 2020, which is 5 years ago, almost to the day. 4 years and 340 something days, I think, which is pretty cool. So we'll see if it comes back down and touches that. And if it does, I would love to see it hold. If it doesn't, I mean, I can't see it breaking, but, you know, we've seen crazier things, I'm sure. So if it does, though, I'm probably going to scoop some up because I did successfully scoop some right here. And I'm definitely going to continue to take advantage of these ridiculously low prices. Again, I'd rather look like an idiot that bag held and lost, you know, his small amount of money invested than an idiot that sold and missed out on a big amount of life-changing money after the fact. You know what I mean? One of them is much easier to deal with, like, mentally. Chainlink is up 0.62% on the day, currently trading at 13.07. We got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest. Having trouble getting above 13.39 still. Struggling since November 26th. So I would love to get above that, but we'll see what happens. A close above 13 would be great. As long as we're above 12.68, I'm happy. RSI dancing around the moving average. Green dot on the momentum wave. Still negative money flow, so we'll see what occurs afterwards. Bitcoin is sitting at 90,724. Get your guesses ready for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. If you don't know how to play, let me know in the chat. Basic thing that you want to take care of before anything else is to get your guess in the chat for what you think the Binance USDT Bitcoin price is going to be for the daily close. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody else sent me something that I watched too. I don't remember what it was. Bitcoin, $90,593.96. How's the music? I think I played with the volume earlier, and it just escaped my brain. I'm like, that's not right. And I clicked on it, and I was like, oh, oops, it was right. And I totally ruined it all. So let me know about the volume for the music. What is that? It's my paper. I have a roll of paper. Sneaky stuff. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Oh, that's good. Did anyone here watch the Iagon interview yet? That I just did, like 2 hours ago. Guys, Bitcoin, $90,609 and $90,667. Again, this is the daily, weekly, and monthly close, so it is quite significant. It is funny to see all of these charts kind of take a poop right at the end of the day after having a lovely day, at least on the 15. Pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Fahid coming in with a guess. Let's see. We've got Fahid. If you guys haven't already, go check out Fahid's Kitchen. 90,420. A great channel. Pickle Rick. Coming in with 89,643. Fahid did win the other day. He's sitting at 26, so congratulations. Very cool. Today is the last day of the month. And somehow the price action still continues to be boring. Bitcoin, $90,554.33. Tell you what, I am excited for Christmas. I don't know why. I think I just want to get December over with. Because I feel like in January I can just stop doing stuff for a little while, which it totally isn't true. Tishu said it hurts me to see beloved actors age or die. It's a weird feeling. Yeah. I think the one that's worse for me so far has been like majority of the Harry Potter cast. That one screws me up pretty bad. Robin Williams, that was a bad one. Heath Ledger, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Man, I could rattle off a list. Whew. Let's see, guys. Bitcoin, $90,512.72. Yeah, guys, got 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin is taking a little baby dump-a-rooney. What a weird chart. I don't want to say this because I hate it, but I think December is going to be poopy as well, just based on historic price action. Whenever November sucks, December sucks as well. Like clockwork. But the last time we tried to do anything based on that indicator, it was wrong. I think it was wrong about September, October, or something like that. So, teacher said, oh no, 93K canceled. Yes, sir, you are correct. You are correct. Just like that. It's over once again. Bitcoin, $90,389.93. You guys got 46 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We might have to pivot to a stock channel soon. I think that's happening. I think it's coming. Mr. Roberts coming in with a straight 90K. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Yesterday, we only had one participant, and they won. They were not too bullish, which is good. Let's see. Bitcoin, $90,388.04. 12 seconds remaining on the clock. JWaz Adventure said, who sold? Apparently, everyone. Bunch of babies. I think everyone's just over-leveraged. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. Yeah, I think we've reached a point now where everyone and their brother is just going all in on leverage because they lost my gain, so in order to make it back, if I just do like a 10x and I put all of my money into that, I should only have to wait like a week or a month, or the pump wouldn't have to be that big in order for me to make my losses up. And then they get liquidated. Tishu said it's September though. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the Heat coming in with a 94.20 even. We've got Mr. Roberts. Pickerick, yes, I did get you, my friend. I did get you with 90,000. And Saeed came in late. You are late, my friend. You can try again tomorrow. There's a 5-minute window, 10 minutes prior to the close, and then once that time is up, I let you guys know in the chat, which you should see. JWaz Adventure said Jordan Cameron. What do you mean? Did he sell? I think so. I think he thinks that we're topped. We've got 89,643 from Pickerick. Alright, very cool. Currently, Mr. Fahid is in the lead with his guess of 90,420. Bitcoin get a little baby reversal here. Current price 90,449 and 45 cents. What's it going to be? Saeed said, hi, sir. Sorry, sir. I got late. It's early morning. Was offering prayers. No problem, man. No worries. No need to apologize. Appreciate you for stopping by. Happy Sunday, my friend. Fahid loses his lead. Mr. Robber is now stealing from Fahid's family. With a Bitcoin price of $90,384.10. Tishu said, you get me? We get you. Starship Troopers, 1997. A lot of those props were used in Firefly. Tishu, are you a Firefly person? I feel like you would be a Firefly person. If you're a Firefly person, we might have to be best friends. I think that's the law. Bitcoin. Oh, Fahid takes the lead back from Mr. Roberts. He said, you're not going to steal from my family, you sicko. The current Bitcoin price, 90,493. This is how we make the market entertaining. We've got 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining on the clock. What's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my gosh, nobody was expecting any of this. But he said, nice, Saeed. Very cool. The market can't make up its mind. Is it going to be Fahid or Mr. Robbers? Currently, Mr. Robbers is back in the lead, stealing food straight out of the mouths of Fahid's family. How dare him. Absolutely despicable behavior, but it's for the love of the game. We got a big fat wick to the downside. What's that going to be? Is it going to close that way, or are we going to get a big fat pump to the upside and Fahid's going to take it? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 1 minute and 38 seconds remaining on the clock, and this is a fight for the ages. Mr. Robbers and Fahid, two Canadians head to head. At the end of the day, no matter what, Canada will probably take the win unless something crazy happens. But the ultimate suffrage will indeed be Fahid and Mr. Robbers' friendship, unfortunately. That is what bear markets do, though. Bitcoin currently trading at $90,345.96. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Mr. Robbers holding his lead. The big fat red volume candle directly affecting Fahid's family. Bitcoin 90,357.65 cents. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. What's it going to be, another big fat red dumpy candle or a big fat green pumpy candle? Obviously, only Satoshi knows. But we're about to find out in precisely 41 seconds. Bitcoin 90,373.34 cents. It's trying to pump. Fahid is trying to take the food back for his family. For Fahid's kitchen, if you will. Go subscribe if you haven't already. 90,364.07 cents. 23 seconds remaining on the clock. Mr. Robbers still holding his lead. Very, very greedy, Mr. Robbers. 90,364, 377.41 cents. 12 seconds remaining. Anything can happen. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a zoom. Dramatic zoom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Robbers is the winner. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers. Bitcoin daily close price 90,360 even. 90,360 even. 90,360 even. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the banana in the chat for our winner. I am so sorry, Fahid. Unfortunately, Mr. Robbers said, I don't give an F about your family, bro. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Mr. Robbers with his guess of 90,000 even. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. Very sad for Fahid, but again, it is the name of the game. Fahid has put up $10,000 for this game, and Mr. Robbers has also put up $10,000 for this game. Mr. Robbers is bringing home $20,000. Fahid brings home nothing. Congratulations. Apparently, Pickle Rick put up nothing. he was just playing for the love of the game. Mr. Robbers and Fahid didn't get the memo that you don't actually have to pay to play, but they wanted to, so it is what it is. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, once again on your victory. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, the chat requires banana spam for our winner. Very cool. Thank you, sir. We got 16 people watching. Did you guys remember to smash the like button? Let me add Mr. Robbers to the winner's Google Doc. Again, at the end of the year, whoever has won the most is probably going to get a very special prize. And I am legally obligated to point out that Mr. Robbers is in fact Canadian. Don't forget, tomorrow, the Fed ends quantitative tightening. Very exciting stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 90,000 even, an actual Bitcoin daily close of $90,360 on November 30th, no pump, November 30th, 2025. Mr. Robbers' prize is a breakfast sausage. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, on your victory. This is not Canadian bacon, which is ham, by the way. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you legally, but that's just ham. This is American sausage. We have no syrup for you, but you're Canadian, so I'm pretty sure you have your own. You are legally obligated to provide your own condiments. Actually, that's not true. We're just not legally allowed to provide you with any condiments, nor can we afford it. So, as always, feel free to divvy this bad boy up amongst your fellow competitors, your friends and family. Import laws, I think, don't allow us to send this to you, so you are going to have to come pick it up as well. You are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Very cool. Solid, simple, love it. You can't go wrong with a good breakfast sausage. He'd said it's all good. What a guy. Tishu said, I'm weird. Why did I buy this? Yes, I'm a fan. That's awesome. I am a diehard Britney Spears? That is weird. You know what would be really funny is if they did one with knives. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I'm diehard Firefly guy. Like that's one of my all-time favorite shows. I would sacrifice some pretty messed up stuff to bring it back properly though. Properly. It would have to be done properly. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Let's finish going through our charts. We've got silver. Ooh, oh my gosh, 56.97, continuing its pump all the way up to my target of 58. We talked about this a couple of times already, but we had this this broader triangle, and then this smaller bull flag within that broader triangle. We had our inverse head and shoulder that hit its target, which then rejected and formed this lovely bull flag with a target breakout of around 58. And we perfectly broke out. We talked about that breakout retest confirmation. As soon as it got above 52, it got a little bit spicy with this nice big fat green candle right there. And then the overhead resistance, the longer term overhead resistance from the broader wedge right here, as soon as it broke out above that, you got 1-2 wicks confirming the support, and then bam, blast off. Currently sitting at 56.92. I believe that is a all-time high for silver, obviously, besides the wick, which currently goes up to 57.28. Is it going to continue, or is 58 or 60 going to be the slowdown reactionary area? Kind of like our target back here when we said 52 was going to be a reaction. We bounced off this 52. We had a little head and shoulder action played out. Inverse head and shoulder action played out. We got, again, above 52. We kind of played around 54, and then eventually broke above 52, 54 for a continuation of the upside, which is where we find ourselves today. My question is it going to form another bearish divergence, or are we going to invalidate that by pumping so far that the RSI goes higher than the previous high? That is a question. Interesting. Tishu said your face, lol. Me? What's my face? Okay. DXY. JY's Avenger said, hey, JJ, can you look at Monad? It's a new chain like Sweet. Yes, I can. Tishu said, Litecoin not correlated to silver. Dang. RIP. Is Ethereum correlated to silver? Holy crap, we're getting a black swan level dumpage on some alts, it seems. What is going on? Uh-oh. Red December has begun. Your face when you open the Amazon link. It was pretty random. I do understand though, minus 46%. But there's a reason usually. I gotta stop. All right. I guess I don't necessarily have to stop. I think clicking on links is fine for now. I need to make sure that they don't just directly open up on stream. That would be hilarious. But I'm not gonna do that. Guys, we are getting a Black Swan-ish level dump, and I say that in the most sarcastic way. Bitcoin's only down 1%, but it's down 1%. And some alts are already down 2+, which is pretty spicy. Pretty spicy for the first candle of the new month. Is it telling of what's to come, or is this a trap That is the ultimate question. Total 3. Yeah, we just reject it. Unfortunately, it does seem like this is what we're gonna experience for the month of December as well. I hope I'm wrong and we get a Santa rally, but I mean, my shorts, my shorts printing, which is exciting. Unfortunately, there wasn't a ton of money in there, so you get what you give. All right, I'm afraid to click off the charts. Who cares about the news? You know what I mean? Do I leave the chart open and go through the news like off screen so you guys can keep looking at the chart? It is quite a monumentous dump, isn't it? No pump November equals daddy dump December. Teacher said, I don't get it. Why would it be bad if the link opened on stream? Just because if I do that all the time, people would send malicious stuff like a sex toy or something, and then I open it up on stream and everyone's like, haha. And I'm like, oh, great. I just got demonetized and my entire channel got taken down. Bitcoin 89,100 oh 88,976. It's getting a little spicy here, ladies and gentlemen. Curious, very, very curious. I will say when the candles get this big on Bitcoin, it's definitely never good for alts. Tisha said, nah, only mods can send links. Oh. I mean, you'd be surprised. I'm sure that there's a mod out there that might have a bad day and just decide to say F it and send some bad links. You know what I mean? What are you guys thinking? It's interesting to see that happen right after a monthly close. And I don't know if it's to wipe out longs or what. But it's definitely kind of crazy to witness. My question is, do I close my trade right now? I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Very cool. Bitcoin, $89,162.02. Nice. Some alts are down, like I said, 2 to 3% already. First thing, December. Congratulations, Mr. Robbers, once again on your victory. Feel free to celebrate, regardless of the market. The state of the market should not stop your celebration, my friend. Enjoy sucking on your sausage. With some syrup, of course, maple syrup. Canadian maple syrup. Oh man, I should have left my short open. Dang it! The market maker got me again. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna leave it. I'll live with it. What was the trade? Oh, I was shorting. I was shorting ADA. The Heat said, nice dump. Yes, sir. Nice dump, Rooney. Indeed. It's all Mr. Roberts' fault. Did you see what he did to us? Tisha said, oh, a short. Yes, sir. Yes, I had a successful short. I'm excited. I mean, I've been kind of trying this whole time, so it's one of those situations where you'll eventually nail it. So, cool. It's exciting. Am I in profit overall? No. Hell no. My portfolio for the month looks like trash. My trading portfolio, I've only made like 4 trades, but 3 of them have been garbage. So, yeah, I was right to close it though. Should I open up a long now, just because, see if I can double whammy or lose it all? Let's do it. Why not? Okay, there it is. Let's see if the market does. Don't do what I do, guys, unless you use my referral links. I'm just kidding. Seriously, exercise caution. News segment. 500 billion world's richest man. I don't know why they like word it that way. Elon Musk is worth approximately $500 billion. He is the world's richest man. He just said Bitcoin might be the only currency and money in the future. Bitcoin is based on energy, its true currency, and physics-based. Watcher Guru posted 8 years ago today, Bitcoin surpassed $10,000 for the first time in history. Very cool. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. For some reason, he said, what if we start adding green dots? I'm not sure what the hell that means. If they're going to like leverage their Bitcoin or what. White House advisor Hassett says he'd be happy to serve as Fed chair if President Trump picks him. I thought Trump already picked his chair, like the new guy. Mr. Roberts posted, "LOL, no syrup on sausages. Those folks are degenerates." What? I love syrup on my sausage. Peter Schiff said Bitcoin is a fake asset. Look at his smug little face. He's so butthurt. Elon Musk says Bitcoin is a true currency based on energy. You can't legislate energy. He says working will be optional in less than 20 years because of AI and robotics. He's looking a little aged, isn't he? That guy kind of looked like John Stamos for a minute. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with over 13.4 trillion in assets under management, has officially confirmed that its spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds, primarily the iShares Bitcoin Trust, now represents its single largest source of revenue. We are at the macro bottom. Literally, December 1st is the official end to the drain on the liquidity by the Fed. Apparently, Bitcoin didn't get the memo, because it looks like they're draining the liquidity from the Bitcoin now. That's kind of funny. TechDev posted 5 signals, 5 runs. A 6th has fired. This time different. That's exciting stuff. What's funny is last time it signaled, we did get a little curl over before it started to pump. So actually, it happens every time. This time it didn't. This time it did. This time it did. This time it did. This time it did. So there will eventually, allegedly, according to this, be a reversal. Tishu said extreme fear again. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see. Excuse me. Ooh, that's exciting. Exciting. I knew we shouldn't have gotten out of extreme fear. These weenies. It's like the opposite. The opposite of weenies. And I'm sitting here calling them weenies. It feels good to be back in extreme fear. It felt like we never left. Let's go check coin market caps. All right, it's just regular fear. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's whatever. It's totally fine. It's not even that big of a deal. It's fine. TechDev also posted the bull market shapes, the cycle tops, the USD tops, the bear market declines, the bear market bottoms, the grind up phase, the parabolic launch. These 2 signals have explained every aspect of Bitcoin's 16-year chart. Very cool. And the green is bad and red is good. Or the beginning of the red is good. The like deep red. And it looks like we're eventually going to flip into deep red soon here. So hopefully, number go up soon. What is this? I wish I could see the time frame. Can I? I cannot. 25, 26. Yeah, it's probably monthly. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it might be 2 months. I don't know. Time will tell. Eventually, it'll flip green and number go up. Tishu said, gotta go. See you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you, Tishu. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday and good night, my friend. Kobayashi later posted, waiting for the next headline. Buy now, pay later shopping hits a new record high on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Consumers are fighting inflation with debt. That's insane. This one cracked me up again. Appetite for risk is incredibly strong. Options trading volumes in loss-making Russell 2000 stocks have risen to 6 million contracts per day, an all-time high. Volumes have more than doubled since April and surpassed the previous record set during the 2021 meme stock mania. By comparison, options activity in profitable stocks is only 33% as large. Tisha said, sure thing. Always give you a like, of course. Bye. Take it easy, my friend. Market activity is also becoming more concentrated, with the top 20% of small cap stocks by options volume now reflecting 75% of small cap options trading. Most of this activity has been driven by retail investors chasing meme names, ODTE options, and unprofitable firms. Retail can't get enough options. That's actually crazy. Key events this week. This is our big update for the week. Monday, we got November ISM manufacturing PMI data. Tuesday, September JOLTS job openings data. Wednesday, November ADP non-farm employment data. November S&P Global Services PMI data. November ISM manufacturing, non-manufacturing PMI data. Thursday, initial jobless claims data. And Friday, September PCE inflation data. December Michigan consumer sentiments data. The final month of 2025 has arrived. What do you guys think? Green or red? Let's actually do a poll in the chat. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's start a poll. Do you think December will close green or red for BPC? Green, number go up. Red, number go down. All right. If you guys could direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Do you think December will close green or red for Bitcoin? The options are green or red. Answer according to how you feel. Let's see. Bitcoin is continuing to dump. Interesting. $88,716. How far is it going to go? It looks like alts are directly tied to Bitcoin's reactions right now, which is incredibly interesting to see it react this way on a close. I will say I was kind of expecting this, unfortunately, for this shape in general. This is very Bart-like, and I feel like we've seen this play out way too many times to not fully expect a Bart, which is hilarious given one of the news segment things we're going to read soon because someone said that we were going to see a pump, and we definitely didn't see a pump. 3 years ago today, ChatGPT was announced. Since then, the S&P 500 has added $24 trillion, or 2,900 points. That's $22 billion per day for 1,096 days straight. That's crazy. December is a historically strong month for stocks. Since 1928, the S&P 500 has risen 73.2% of the time in December, the highest win rate of any month. In other words, only 26 of the last 97 years have seen negative returns. Over this period, the index has returned an average gain of 1.28%. Since 1945, the S&P 500 has gained 1.5% in December on average. Record highs may be on the horizon. China's gold and silver are skyrocketing. Silver inventories in warehouses linked to the Shanghai Futures Exchange are down to 715, the lowest since July 2016. Silver stockpiles have declined 86% since the 2020 pandemic peak. Meanwhile, gold inventories in the Shanghai Gold Exchange are down 83% since the 2021 high to 519 tons, the lowest since December 2015. This has been mainly driven by massive gold and silver exports to London, where a supply shortage has forced inflows amid a squeeze that pushed precious metal prices materially higher. In October alone, Chinese exports of gold jumped to 660 tons, the highest volume on record. Gold and silver are marking history. Cool. Rural home affordability has collapsed. U.S. homebuyers in rural areas need to earn $74,508 a year to afford a typical home. The required amount has surged 105.8% over the last 6 years. By comparison, the income needed to afford a home has risen 90.9% in suburban counties and $102,120, while urban counties have seen a 87.5% increase to $118,300. Foreign investors are buying U.S. equities at record pace. Private investors outpaced the U.S. purchase. Private investors outside the U.S. purchased a record $646.8 billion of U.S. equities in 12 months, ending in September 2025. Purchases have doubled since the start of the year. This is now 66% above the $390 billion high seen in 2021. Meanwhile, foreign private investor purchases of U.S. Treasuries were $492.7 billion during the same period. Rolling 12-month non-U.S. buying treasuries has remained above $400 billion for 4 straight years. Everyone wants U.S. assets. That's actually kind of crazy to think about. This is what I was cracking up about. CryptoFace posted, got an inside tip that ETH is gonna pump. Just saying. He posted that yesterday. Since yesterday, ETH has straight up literally only gone down. So I thought that was kind of comical. Thank you, CryptoFace, for your genius level insight. Your expert insider information. Insight SEC's Hester Pierce says crypto self-custody and financial privacy are basic freedoms. Very cool. Markets historically, every red November became a red December. Look at this. We got minus 36, minus 5, minus 17, minus 5, minus 7, minus 18, minus 16, minus 3. And right now, November closed around minus 17. So we're looking at a potential minus 5 or minus 3, depending on, I don't know, the average. That's just what I'm going to call it. Cointelegraph posted, inside Bitcoin mining difficulty is set to rise as hash price sits near record lows. NASDAQ is pushing to launch tokenized stocks first. That's going to be a interesting development when that does happen. Low stablecoin yields could push ETH back to 3,200 per sentiment. 1.5 million ETH will have been unstaked by the end of December. May 11th, 2016, Greg Schoen posted, I wish I had kept my 1,700 Bitcoin at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30 now that they're $8. Hashtag Bitcoin. This apparently today would be worth $155 million, which is actually crazy. That's what I'm talking about. I would much rather just wait a couple more years and like take my $1 million a couple years down the road versus selling today to like pocket my couple thousand or 10, 15 grand, whatever you got in the market. That sucks, in my opinion. I would much rather not have the fiat and just wait for the bigger return over time, because we know that it goes up. And if we got to deal with a recession and it takes another 5 years, then that's, that's something we're going to have to deal with at the time. But in my opinion, the risk reward is much better upside than downside. That's just my opinion, though. Bitcoin sitting at $88,491 and $497.52. It is down 2.05% since the daily close. Pretty spicy close, if you ask me. Continuing, we've got 7.8 billion in shorts would be wiped out if Bitcoin can reclaim 100K. I don't see it happening. At least not anytime soon. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this is a big bear trap and it's going to be a gigantic wick. Wouldn't that be crazy? Market. The total crypto market is still 1.19 trillion away from its all-time high. China's central bank reaffirmed its crypto ban and warned it will intensify its crackdown on stablecoins. This one's interesting to me because from what I read recently, China's hash rate increased, I think, which means that they're mining more, but they banned it, which was interesting to me. I don't know if that's what they do so that they can go and like seize the Bitcoin that they want to add to their treasury. I have no idea. I just thought it was an interesting development for sure. Next, we've got Stock Mining Lizards posting. My long-term vision, Bitcoin sitting on two massive institutional order blocks, 83K zone, primary support from earlier this year, KAMA 200 equals support, 62 to 74K zone, where smart money accumulated in 2024. Short-term structure is bearish, closed below 50 EMA, which is what we've talked about, but selling into high-volume institutional accumulation zones. That's selling to the same buyers who drove it to 110K. Worst case, wick to 55 to 65 EMA 200. Expected, hold order blocks, consolidate, resume uptrend. I'm positioned at institutional support, not chasing breakdowns. There you guys go. Quentin, aka 048.eth, posted Bitcoin's fair value sits at 165K, and I kind of agree with him. This is global liquidity compared to Bitcoin's current price. And I don't know, 165 just makes sense. I don't mind it at all. It also probably might be biased because that would push us up, and I kind of want that. Crypto Rover posted, Bitcoin short squeeze is looming. We do have a ridiculously insane amount of liquidity to the upside, worth grabbing, in my opinion. We've got the gem miner. This one was great insight, in my opinion. Strictly based on how the market usually moves. The Heat said I was thinking this would be a fake up, but doesn't look like it. I mean, it's gonna fake out when none of us are paying attention, if it is a fake out. The gem miner posted way too many people bearish on altcoins and the market in general here, all while ETH BTC broke out of a 3+ year downtrend and is now retesting it, also forming a falling wedge on the daily chart from which it also broke out and is retesting it. Even the effing 4-hour is breaking out. Send everything this week. Entries are still good. Hell yeah. I like it. I like the bravado. We've got Merlin the Trader posting Bitcoin dominance collapsed out of its wedge. The rising wedge is broken. This is the classic trigger before altcoins rally. ETH is showing the strongest bid if history repeats. This is only the beginning. Position before the breakout. Not financial advice. And last but not least, we've got the Kobayashi letter posting global financial conditions are easing. Global financial conditions have reached their easiest level since 2021. The 2020 to 2021 period was when the world governments and central banks simulated the global economy on the largest scale in history as a response to the pandemic. Financial conditions have eased over the last 2 years from one of the most restrictive levels since 2001. The move has been similar to the one seen following the 2008 financial crisis. This comes as over 90% of global central banks have either cut or kept rates unchanged over the last 12 months, the highest percentage since 2020/2021. The world monetary policy has rarely ever been this loose. Fahid said, like the stream and subscribe if you're new. I agree with him. He has a cooking channel, so he knows what he's talking about. Go subscribe to Fahid's Kitchen as well, by the way, if you guys haven't already. And that is it for the news segment. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin getting even more dumpy here, $88,383.62. Is it going to continue? We've got 60% of you guys. What do we got for votes? 5 votes. I'm going to end the poll. If you guys could smash the like button, I would thoroughly appreciate it. Do you think December will close green or red for Bitcoin? 60% of you guys said red, number go down, and 40% of you said green, number go up, which is to be expected. The market's red right now, so bias is as bias does. Little portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently down $495 or 49.5%. None of the assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, Aptos is currently down 69. Nice. Fetch is down 69 as well. Nice. Render is down 56. Ondo is down 52. Proppy's down 49. ADA is down 49. SHIB is down 48. Near is down 42. Doge is down 42. And Sol is down 22. Very cool. And then the meme coin portfolio. Whoa. Holy cow. Meme coin portfolio currently down 577, 57.7%. None of these assets are green either. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down 160. Snack is down 133. Pepe is down 109. Whiff is down 96. And Doge is down 80. And then the narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable portfolio, currently down 199. 19.9%. Nope, that is not true. That is not true. 19 times 2. 39.8% is what I meant to say. And none of the assets are in the green. Finally, Tau has re-entered a loss stage. If you guys are curious, this portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real-world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. Ish. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 60, VeChain is down 54, Mana is down 44, Pepe is down 38, and Tau is down 4. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio. This portfolio is made up entirely of coins that you guys, the community, voted on one by one every single time the bull market was over. And it seems that we were a little premature on our perfect entry points. When the market does seem to be at like max fear, we're probably going to build another one of these just to try to catch the bottom. And the idea is to monitor all of these and see which one performs the best. So far, the narrative one is performing the best, and I'm assuming it's also because of the such little exposure to risky plays. But there is a meme coin in there, so who knows? Anyways, none of these assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 62. Render is down 60. Pith is down 55. Squeeze down 54. Graph is down 47. Ondo is down 46. Crow is down 34. Sol is down 28. ETH is down 26. And Chainlink is down 17. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't seen it yet, like I said, go check out the interview that I just posted on the channel with the CEO of Iacon, Dr. Navjeet Dhaliwal. Again, badass name. I just got to point out, he's got a badass name. Super cool dude. I could see myself like inviting this guy over for like dinner or barbecue or something. He seems like a super cool guy, very laid back. Iacon, if you guys are not aware, is a decentralized cloud storage. So if you wanted to participate, and I believe you earn maybe Iacon, maybe ADA, who knows? I believe you earn for participating in the network, and it's kind of like AWS, Amazon Web Services, but it's decentralized, so less likely to suffer an outage, which, funnily enough, AWS suffered quite a few recently. So, anyways, if you guys are curious, I did ask him his top 3 or top 5 picks for crypto. And he named Bitcoin, he named ADA, he named Iacon, and then he named Chainlink, which I thought was very interesting. He said Chainlink has been pretty far ahead in the ways of adoption, so that's definitely going to be on his list. And that was it. He went top 4. So, anyways, go check that out. Also, go check out Fahid's Kitchen. He's been a long time supporter of the channel, and he recently started his own cooking thing. I think it's going to dwarf my channel because cooking is a lot less niche than crypto, and it's very addictive, I will say. So, anyways, I'm probably going to call it an evening. Hopefully, Bitcoin can get a big fat reversal and just trap some bears. I think that would be pretty funny. Otherwise, number go down for now, which is not necessarily a bad thing. We'll obviously be along with you guys for the ride, and we'll see where we end up. So, as always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday and good night.